Mistress Lena will find a way to dissociate her neck from the sun if I place you down. Her literal legacy will be betrayed by association with them. That is true. No. I have a secret for adultery which is so No, it's not. It's this. Don't be. Not everything's about sex and you.
For there is a danger that your partnership with Mr. Shakespeare and his depiction of you in his sonnets will forever overshadow your own literary achievements.
It's true. But what can I do to forestall such an injustice?
I suggest you spread a rumor of your own about another lady. For instance, there is a brothel owner in Plataforma they call Black Luce. If you were to put it about that she is the subject of Shakespeare's sonnets, it would do her reputation no harm. Indeed, the effect will be quite the reverse. For doubtless there be many a man at present who would pay handsomely for a tumble with Shakespeare's dark lady.
I do feel 'tis most important to advance the interests of my fellow women, especially those seeking to make their way in business.
Yes, it is.
Do you see that, Dr. Woman? 'Tis your mute Italian querent, Signor Ferraro. He is staring at us through the window.
Is he? Ah, then doubtless he has come for another consultation.
Yep, Monsieur Ferraro. We're so close, yet so far. Italian cliche, Ferraro. Okay. Italian cliche.
And well met.
Is I, Riccardo Ferraro, come once again to see the great Dottore Simon Foreman.
Indeed, I did recognize you, Signor. How may I assist you this day?
I am ill. I tell you my problems. First problem. I do make a chandar in the morning. Next problems. My belly does swell and my chest is most tender to the touch. And now, for the very most terrible of problems. I have the big fears. One moment I do weep, and the next I do curse and gnash my teeth. So, Dottore, you tell what ails me, huh?
Bipolar.
You wanna make a water into this cup? Un momento, I make the water.
Nay, not in my... prithee, hold. If you please, Signor. As with our previous consultations, I shall be judging your illness by reading the stars.
So, you need not of my...
Nay, Signor, I have no need of it.
That's a fake.
Whilst 'tis true that most physicians do spy and sniff their patients' urine, I find this method of piss-pot diagnosis most imprecise.
Yeah.
Indeed,
Okay.
the practice is quite primitive. 'Tis my belief that if medicine is to advance in this modern age, we must all adopt a more scientifical method. I am quite sure history will bear me out on this question.
This scientific method. This reading my diagnosis in the stars?
Precisely so. Speaking thereof, perchance we may consult the stars now. What illness troubles Signor Riccardo Ferraro?
It's with child. That doesn't make sense. Apoplexy. A condition of the brain provoked by a sudden fit. It affects sensory perception, causes swollen neck veins, memory loss, and gnashing of the teeth. Pluto in retrograde, because the illness will get worse before it gets better. Uranus in retrograde, so you're malnutrition cast by a witch. Suffer from matering in the breast, which is a gathering of corrupt matter in the chest area occasioning pain in the breast. So this is cancer. Cancer. Why would... That sounds like swollen belly, tender chest, shundering and mute. It does sound like a child though. Just go with this child. Fuck it.
This is exceeding strange. Your complaints of a tender chest, morning purges, swelling, along with the positions of the planets, they suggest you are with child.
You would judge me, a man, as being with a child? Gods of blood! What kind of a dottore are you?
Well, indeed, it does seem strange. I may have gotten my calculations wrong. Unless, of course, your moustache is naught but a cunning disguise. But I jest, Signor. 'Twas not my intention to doubt your manliness.
You jest! A lady who would disguise herself as a man? So silly. I think you see too many plays by Mr. Shakespeare, huh? Riccardo Ferraro bids you good day.
Okay. Holy fuck. God, blood, that was a close shave. Yeah, it was. I had it. I almost had it. I knew it, but... Something.
Good day, Mr. Mugg. Pray tell, did the matter with the, cherries resolve itself in the end?
Here we go
Aye,
again.
indeed. I did tell my friend, Mr. Sprottle, what you said about how my shouting at him was owing to an upset of bile in my spleen. I also did speak to him on the evils of onions. I think he was most interested.
And what may I assist you with this day, Mr. Mugg?
I have the spotted fever. I must begin
Okay.
treatment now, or else I will...
Hold, sir. The spotted fever is exceedingly
Too
rare.
rare.
Why would you think you have such a disease?
Well, sir, not only am I covered all over in red spots, I have lately taken to chundering, such as are the very symptoms listed in the medical book I did read. I am already taking the treatment Mr. Kogan prescribes, but now I require...
You mean to say you have read Thomas Kogan's Haven of Health? Why, that is a most technical book, writ for doctors and medical students.
Okay.
How did you come to be reading it?
My friend George Sprottle did bind a printing of it in his shop. He kindly let me spy some pages I thought was sent up to Cambridge. Oh, but Dr. Foreman, I forget myself. You have no medical degree, so you doubtless have not read it.
Oh my god.
Mayhap if I ask George nicely...
Sir, let us consult the stars and see if they may tell us what ails you.
Yeah. Treat me for the spotted fever. No. Hypochondria? Yes. Yeah, hypochondriac.
The spots on your privy member suggest a mild venereal disease. Such pustules can appear so foul in appearance as to induce involuntary upward purging, as is the case here. It's also indicated that you suffer from hypochondria.
Dr. Foreman, did you not hear me? I said nothing of spots being on my yardle. On my word, I know not why folk even bother with doctors. Not now we have books to consult.
Oh my god.
One thing more, if you please, Dr. Foreman, for I feel I must give ye warning. A great storm is coming. I feel it in my bones, and my bones do always speak true. You would do well to bide indoors at the first sign of wind and rain. God keep you well, Dr. Foreman.
This dumbass does not have the spotted fever, but then he'll give it to me. Yeah, Thomas Blake will be
Good morrow, Dean Blagg. How fare you this day?
Well, Dr. Foreman, I must own that I do not fare well.
Okay.
For my recent investments have left me in a rather vexing financial position.
Verily, that is ill to hear.
Aye.
Really?
Sir Walter Raleigh's quest for El Dorado failed most woefully, just as you predicted. His ships did return loaded with naught but a few sacks of worthless root vegetables. I cannot fathom it. We are Englishmen. We do not eat vegetables.
Aye, a disappointing outcome indeed.
Oh, but that is all by the by. For you will be pleased to know that I put my remaining fortune into a new venture so assured of success that I will make
Oh,
all
no.
my money back and more.
This is
Assured you
multi-level
say?
marketing.
How very reassuring.
It's a pyramid
I have
scheme.
invested in an expedition to intercept a fleet of Spanish ships carrying gold back from the New World. For this expedition, Sir Walter Raleigh will be joined by that famous military genius, Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex. So success is virtually guaranteed. There is but one small worry, however.
Ah, only one?
Aye. 'Tis that Raleigh and Essex set sail full 2 months past, but there is yet no tidings of them. Such silence is a trifle vexing.
But it
Have
doesn't
they
know.
yet captured the Spanish treasure ships? Surely no ill has befallen them.
A most vexing mystery indeed.
Not
Let
like
us see
this.
whether the stars can tell us what has become of this expedition.
Let's see what the stars tell. A valiant battle is being waged in a foreign clime. God has granted Blake good intuition. The moon shines below light on the Blake family fortune. Okay. Angels will vest their blessing upon Blake, but he must be patient. Blake is lazy fantasy who indulge in excess creative thinking. Blake has been careless of financial legacy. Railing is starting the ship in the wrong direction was of a reversal of fortune. The experience has been endangered by secret information from an untrustworthy. However, every day of the stars shows straight upon my honor. Thus, my skill in reading navigational coordinates in the stars is unimpeachable. Ooh, I like that one though. But finances, God's congregation, bound by some way from time. Do I really gonna throw myself in the shade? They're probably fighting. That's true. Let's go with that.
Bad tidings for your family's fortune, I fear.
Let's go.
The Earl of Essex and Sir Walter Raleigh did sail their fleet into the middle of nowhere, with not a Spanish treasure ship in sight. It would seem their geographical information was at fault, having been obtained from a most unreliable and untrustworthy authority.
Truly, I am ruined. Zoons, my goose is cooked. Mistress
Your
Blarg
goose.
will have me baked into pies.
Okay. A little bit down, but distressed. Exactly. Yes. Welcome, lover, in this prophet. I love how it just they're just hating on her too. It's there we go. Let's see what's up.
Good day, Mistress Lanier. Pray, come in and take comfort by the fire. The wind is fierce and cold this day.
Did you see him this time, Dr. Foreman? He did it again. He ran off the moment he saw me.
See who, madam?
Your patient,
Signor
Signor
Ferraro.
Ferraro.
Ah, verily? Indeed, I was expecting him to come for a consultation this day. But he changed his mind and ran off, you say. Huh. How very mysterious.
Truly, 'tis as if all men are determined to use me ill.
Surely not all men, madam. I, for one, remain most devotedly at your service.
Exactly.
My dear lady, I do not need to read the stars to see that something grave has befallen you. Pray, tell me what it is.
Yesterday I did meet with Mr. Shakespeare to discourse upon our new play, which is to open this week at the theatre in Shoreditch. But though I was determined not to confront him about the sonnets he wrote about me, it was difficult to hide the heaviness I did feel in his company.
I can well imagine, madam.
So then, well, he remarked upon my dark humour, to which he said to me, Amelia, your pretty brow does furrow, so I will kiss it smooth.
And I sense that you did not receive this well.
Probably not.
Indeed, I did not. Forsooth, I was so enraged by this, I reversed my flagon of ale full over his head.
Why?
Whereon he rose from his stool, declaring I was the most ungrateful and unworthy wench in all of Christendom, and then he flew out of the tavern like a bat from out the gates of hell.
A most vivid image, and no doubt most apt. Men who work in playhouses are prone to indulging in such melodrama, of course. Why so many ladies care for such men in preference of those employed in solid, stable professions, I shall never understand.
And if only that were all. For this morning I saw a bill advertising our play posted on a wall in my street. It bears his name and not mine.
Verily? Surely
Oh
not.
no. Here we
Mayhap
go.
there has been some error made.
Nay, Dr. Foreman, 'tis no error, for I rushed to the theatre to see what was amiss, but I was refused admittance. Indeed, the player who came to the door denied all knowledge of my collaboration on the play.
There we go.
Methinks Mr. Shakespeare is exacting his petty vengeance upon me for rejecting his sly suit by denying me credit for my work.
Pretty much.
He means to deal with me by pretending I do not exist, as if I were a ghost.
Exactly.
Or is it he who has become the ghost?
No, you.
In truth, I am not yet sure how that metaphor should work.
What monstrous perfidy! Pray tell me what I might do to punish this wretched scribbler. Though I am not adept with a sword, I do have a book that instructs in how to command nefarious spirits.
Oh, prithee, sir, I am come not in search of vengeance, but to seek answers.
What answers do you seek?
As you know, I have been ill-treated by my husband, and now I am betrayed by Mr. Shakespeare. Pray, read the stars and answer me this, Dr. Foreman. Will I ever be able to trust, even love, a man again?
Oh, there's only one. Holy shit. Emily's secret wishes commit adultery with a man of high intelligence. Okay. Emily is friend-worthy on confidence. God rewards men who invest time in the friendships of comely women. The relation betwixt Emilia and me is currently brought by confusion. Emilia literally as he has been trained by Mr. Shakespeare. Is ignorant to the love he should pass, and because Emilia should get in her true feelings. Every story may bring change in the large form of a child. That's the only thing we have. That's
Your question of whether there yet be a man in this world worthy of your trust and
that was
affections.
hard decision.
Forsooth, I have never seen an arrangement of stars that speaks so clearly.
Verily? Then pray tell, what answer does it give?
My dear lady, the answer you seek need not be divined by reading the stars. It may be read in the signs you see before you now.
Oh no.
To wit, the answer you seek is right in front of you.
I am afraid I do not follow, Dr. Foreman.
There we go.
'Tis your feather quill, a half-eaten apple. Your desk is a little untidy, and I must confess the symbolism in Flemish still life painting has always quite confounded me. Take a skull, for instance. What sense does a skull make alongside of old... Hello.
Gasp.
'Tis clear to me now. Your face was always hid in shadow, but 'tis you, Mr. Foreman. You are the man who has been prowling me these last
Holy
months.
shit, this guy is a...
Dearest, loveliest Amelia, allow me to profess to you my undying admiration for your charms,
Oh, no.
to which are not insignificant.
God's womb, et tu, Dr. Foreman. Fie, you of all men to betray me thus. But 'tis true. I now see the answer. For I know now never again to trust a man to guide me. Henceforth, I shall write under my own name, and when there are decisions to be made, I shall take my own counsel and make my own judgments.
That's great.
By the by, Methinks I do at last understand that prediction you made for me some years ago, Dr. Foreman. The one about how belief is required if I am to succeed.
Exactly.
'Tis a belief I must hold not in the inevitability of my own personal success,
Apparently so.
but of the successes of the women who will come after me. Farewell, Dr. Foreman. And clean your desk. Verily, it is quite disgusting.
Oh, but I don't understand. She was so close to giving me the goddamn recommendation. Mel. Sir, I beseech you not to encourage my husband Nicholas and his forcible notions. I beg you consider the trouble you are causing our family by emboldening his illusions. You require most something wife, Sarah. They all look the same though. Okay.
Good day to you, young sir, and well met. You are Lancelot Moore of Middlesex, are you not? What an honor it is to welcome a son of the great house of Moore to my humble consulting chambers.
'Tis indeed I, Lancelot Moore. I will own it. But hear this. My family is ignorant of my designs in coming here, and I wish them to remain so. Which is why I come to you, Mr. Foreman, for methinks you are not such a man who would ever find himself in the company of a family such as ours.
Probably.
Well, you may count upon my discretion, Mr. Moore. And what is the matter that brings you this day?
It is
What
that my
brings you here?
family wish me to marry my wretched cousin Barbara.
And I take it you would not wish to comply.
Nay, I verily would not. Cousin Barbara is a vile little minx. She loves nothing more than to sport with me and play cruel japes. Last Christmas, she even hid a dead mouse in my mince pie.
Oh shit.
The lady does seem most spirited.
The lady? Oh, pish. Cousin Barbara is hardly a lady, for she is not 14 years of age. It is most unnatural to ask a grown man to wed a child.
Exactly.
Indeed it is. 'Tis my belief that in these enlightened times we should consider...
Verily, Barbara be damned. My heart belongs to a true woman, not a freckled, scrawny slip of a girl. A full-blossomed woman.
A woman, you say?
Aye, Marion. My other cousin.
I see.
Ah, Marion. So beguiling are her shapely charms.
Okay, so they're gonna
Oh,
marry
to
cousins
lie,
in this
if
map.
not to die in Marion's arms. So soft her lips, so sweet her face. Oh, how I yearn for her embrace. In me she hath such passion stirred. The fever rise.
Oh, we're gonna be here for a while, aren't we? Yep.
I pray for death and would be martyred if from her I be thus parted.
Okay.
And so you see, you must help me forestall this wretched marriage so that I might wed my sweet cousin Marion. Mr. Foreman? Mr. Foreman?
Yes, indeed.
This is.
Let us see what the stars advise.
Let's see.
How might Mr. Moore avoid this marriage to his cousin Barbara?
Okay. B. Appeal to Moore vanity may induce him to travel abroad. Moore will be extract himself from this game if he will come of age and control over his fortune. Moore should betray his family by serving his country, should go to war. What does Moore intention tell me about the marriage? There lies key in disengagement. God will aid with cousin Barbara, who is both intelligent and rebellious. Barbara is secretly unhappy about the marriage. A mood spread about being sexually active, my plans will be abruptly cancelled. The house suggests Barris with Shao. She might not be Shaz as she seems. She's 14. Serve to others. I think it's yeah, go to war.
Sir, the stars suggest you avoid this marriage by joining one of the many military campaigns England is waging at present. Mayhap the one in Ireland? Though I hear the weather in Normandy is more agreeable.
Go away to war, you say?
Aye, but only until you reach your majority. Once you are 21 years of age, you will be free to marry whomsoever you please.
Oh, well, I do, of course, yearn to be a soldier.
Oh, there we go.
For as my mother will tell you, I am exceeding brave. But I cannot go to war at present, for I have lately broken my foot.
Broken your foot? Then 'tis a good thing you are come to a doctor. Pray allow me to,
Nay, I cannot tarry. I must return home before I am missed. I bid you good day, sir.
But you wanted to... God. Jesus Christ. Why are they so stupid?
Spanish Armada nears English coast. Nation prepares for invasion whilst Queen searches for missing navy. Yeah.
Oh my god. As Spanish ships near our shores, the Queen's ground troops prepare for what promises to be a blood-soaked slaughter of English made by continental Catholic savages. With England's coast undefended, experts predict Spanish will be sailed upon the Thames to London within days. Sources in the Royal Coast says the Queen is more than really vexed by the absence of the Royal Navy, which expert describes as lost. Mary Payne. God damn it, Mary Payne.
Blessed even, Dr. Foreman.
Okay.
Mistress Payne, what brings you in such weather? 'Tis most dangerous to be about in it.
Oh, it takes more than a little wind and rain to forestall me from doing the Lord's work. Besides, foul weather is naught but God's righteous vengeance upon London for the sinful debauchery of its inhabitants.
Verily? Then I dread to think what northerners get up to of an evening.
Pray heed me carefully, Dr. Foreman, for 'tis on a most pressing matter that I am come.
Again,
Doubtless
yes.
you have heard the news. The Spanish Armada does sail once again towards England's shores. It seems this latest Armada was most unexpected.
Well, as 'tis oft said, no one expects the Spanish Armada.
Spanishing.
Very grave this time.
Okay, Monty
For I
Python.
have heard tell that our own warships are far away at sea, and with our coasts undefended, a Catholic horde may soon be sailing up the Thames to slay us all.
Oh no.
Aye, our situation is most grave indeed. But what would you have me tell you, Mistress Payne?
Oh.
I wish to know whether the English fleet will arrive home in time to defend our shores, or might we ordinary folk be compelled to take up arms to defend ourselves?
I think I
Dr.
would.
Foreman, are you ready to beat off the Catholics, come what may?
Not to beat
Are
off.
you ready to beat off the... Prithee, madam, let us pray the need never arises.
Let's not beat off
Perchance,
the...
the stars will offer us some
Catholics.
reassurance. Will the Royal Naval Fleet return home in time to defend England from the Spanish Armada?
I think that's a yes. The royalists are due to reckless misguided pursuit of gold. Ambitions will soar by confusion. Unpleasant will soon cunning plans to steal goods. Mistress Payne most rules said never to take up arms. The authorities cannot be trusted or hold duty to defend other Englanders. Spanish fleet will be delayed due to idleness of the sailors. Catholic evil angels will have plans for the... Hey.
Madam, know you of Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex? Or of Sir Walter Raleigh, perchance?
Oh, young Lord Devereux, such a talented young man. My niece is especially taken with him.
Well, it would seem the pair did take the royal fleet on an expedition to intercept and seize gold being transported back to Spain from the New World. But their plan went awry, and now they are lost at sea. I am afeared that, short of a miracle, a Spanish invasion is indeed imminent.
Her Majesty would risk her realm and the lives of her subjects for the sake of gold. Then our present danger does not surprise me. England's downfall will be God's punishment for our Queen's greed and avarice.
Well, to be fair to Her Majesty, I do not imagine she gave Devereux and Raleigh permission to...
Oh, my days! With a Spanish invasion nigh, I know not how to calm my anxious passions.
That's not how it works.
Methinks I shall take to bed with Paul and Matthew this even.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I see. The book of Paul and the book of Matthew. Aye, verily. Holy Scripture
Oh.
does give great comfort to a distressed mind. God keep you well, Mistress Payne.
She thought it was, you know, Matthew and, but no, it's